this guy. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth accidentally shared details containing highly classified material regarding military strikes in Yemen in a group chat. Again. If you were thinking we already covered that, we did. But now he's gone and done it again, that silly rascal. The group chat included his wife, his brother, and his lawyer. This backs up my theory, my long-standing theory, that drunk dudes love bragging to the group chat more than they love keeping national secrets.
We're bombing the storage depots at Daiquiri at 1800 hours. We're coming in from the north, below their radar.
When will you be back?
I can't tell you that. It's classified.
I'm Bridget Phetasy, and this is your Dumpster Fire. Welcome to Dumpster Fire, where we make burgers out of your sacred cows. We premiere new episodes every Tuesday and Friday at 8 p.m. Central. Please join us in the chat. But before we get going, some upcoming comedy dates for you guys. I will be opening for Colin Quinn at Mothership May 23rd to the 25th. There's a link in the description below where you can buy those tickets. And also tickets are available for my new stand-up comedy show live in person, Ask Me Anything. It's this Thursday, the 24th at 10 p.m. at the Creek in the Cave in Austin. There's a link in the description where you can buy tickets. We have shows every second and fourth Thursday of the month, and times vary. So please, if you are coming into town, try and check out one of these shows. They're so much fun, and we have such great comedians getting up, trying new stuff, and taking your questions. It's awesome. Back to our main story. Hegseth giving it all away in the group chat is a good example of why I defer to Occam's razor on most things. That is, the simplest explanation is usually the correct one. It's much more likely to be an idiot showing off than the deep state. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you aren't going to want to hear that. But generally, it's always a drunk dude in the group chat who wants to show off how powerful they are. This is why I don't believe most of the 9/11 conspiracies. Do you know how many people would have to have had kept that a secret?
All I had to do was have explosives planted in the base of the towers. Then on 9/11, we pretended like 4 planes were being hijacked when really we just rerouted them to Pennsylvania, then flew 2 military jets in the World Trade Center filled with more explosives and shot down all the witnesses in Flight 93 with an F-15 after blowing up the Pentagon with a cruise missile.
Some dude who rigged the demolition explosives is definitely getting drunk and crying about how he had no idea 3,000 Americans would be killed in such a terrorist attack. He'd be like, Mikey, I can't keep this a secret anymore. I had no idea, Mikey. I thought it was going to be for some demo they were doing in the middle of the night. No one told me what was happening. Come here, Mikey. Come lean in a little bit closer, Mikey. I got a secret for you. People can't keep secrets. No one can keep a secret like this for 2 seconds. There's no way. They would all have to be murdered. Not saying it's impossible, just saying it's highly unlikely.
It was only the world's most intricate and flawlessly executed plan ever. You know, when Hegseth was nominated, we covered it on Dumpster Fire, and we were on board for the slew of hotties being nominated to Trump's cabinet. We were all for it. He's hot, basically. He's hot, so I'm all for him. We need more jawlines in the White House. He had tattoos. He seemed like a stud. Even though Never Trumpers, do normies know who Never Trumpers are?
I have no idea.
Do you know what a Never Trumper is?
I do, yes.
They're conservatives who hate Trump. They're the conservative wing of the party that's been pushing back against Trump. So Never Trumpers warned about what an incompetent, drunken mess this guy was. And we didn't care because, well, he was hot. We are shallow like that. I'm not afraid to admit it. Most humans are shallow like that. This is also another basic truth and why Luigi Mangione has stands. No one would give a shit about him if he were an uggo. This is the fact, you guys. Hot people get away with more. This is the hot, crazy matrix for women. It's also why a lot of serial killers are pretty good looking. But Hegseth is a classic case of a dude getting less and less hot the more his personality shows through.
See, this is what the media does. They take anonymous sources from disgruntled former employees, and then they try to slash and burn people and ruin their reputations. Not going to work with me.
the more he talks, and the more you realize just how incompetent he is.
Because, this is what we're doing it for. These kids right here. This is why we're fighting the fake news media. This is why we're fighting slash and burn Democrats.
He spent Easter railing against hippies and hoaxsters, a word he was very proud of.
We're fighting hoaxsters. This group, this group right here, full of hoaxsters.
With all of his kids in the background.
This is what the media does. They take anonymous sources from disgruntled former employees, and then they try to slash and burn people.
Not just incompetent, though, sleazy.
Hoaxsters.
There's definitely something slimy. We've said this many times. Why can't you identify a scumbag when it's in your own tribe? I'm seeing a little bit of sleaze. And bro, it's not our fault you can't stop sharing classified intel in your family group chat, okay? You're a ridiculous person, and it's not the deep state, and it's not the Jews. It's you being a dumbass. I'm not saying that he was blaming the Jews, but there are people who are saying there's a whole kind of right-wing conspiracy that the deep state's trying to take out Pete Hegseth because he's one of the anti-war factions of the administration, and that Israel is trying to force the United States into a war with Iran on its behalf. And anyone who's pushing back against that is getting taken out by the deep state. I hate everyone, first of all. And second of all, I think it's just this guy is a fucking idiot. How did you not learn from your first group chat that went viral? Maybe not to share state secrets in a group chat. And I'm sorry, I can't take it seriously from the people who were screaming about Hillary's emails for like 10 years. You're going to tell me that I'm supposed to not care about this guy sharing classified military information in a group chat with his wife and his brother? What?
Nothing to see here.
There are rumors swirling around the swamp that he's going to be replaced as we are recording. And at this point, I don't trust him not to share the location of our prized assets over mimosas at brunch. Imagine what this guy is saying in person. That's the other thing. If these people are sharing this stuff over technology, which we all know, none of it's private. Signal's a freaking honeypot. So is WhatsApp. Nothing you put in a DM or anywhere online is private, ever. Anyone who thinks that is a ridiculous person and an idiot, Hegseth. So imagine what he's saying in real life to people. How am I supposed to trust his judgment if he, A, did this in the first place, B, did it again, and now he seems to be blaming everyone else for this?
The fate of the planet is in the hands of a bunch of retards I wouldn't trust with a potato gun.
Here's my conspiracy theory, though. Maybe he was worried that he was coming off as too competent, and he knows the only way to keep his job is to do some really dumb shit that forces his party to circle the wagon in his defense and keep flattering Trump. I would be shocked if he lost his job. You really have to be pretty incompetent to lose your job. Really, for any administration, as we've seen. Remember the dude who dressed in all the ladies' clothes?
Like stolen ladies' clothes?
The luggage stealing, whatever that dude was.
Biden's energy official, Sam Brinton, was caught twice stealing women's luggage from airports and got fired.
It took him a while to get fired because he wears women's clothes and likes puppy play and talks about his sex openly and is therefore protected class. He was around for a long time before they finally laid him off. And it was only after that woman was like, hey, he's wearing my clothes. She was like some famous African fashion designer. I mean, she's an African immigrant and she's a clothing designer, small business owner, just makes these beautiful custom made, beautiful outfits that are from her culture. And this motherfucker stole them, the balls of them, and he wore them just everywhere. So maybe he's just doing this to, like, you know, every time one of these guys is like, I'm being attacked, like everyone circles the wagons and they're like, not our guy, you're not taking down our man, this is the deep state trying to infiltrate. It's like, sometimes he's just a moron. It sounds like he should be in a 12-step meeting with me. And then he'll be sharing state secrets in the AA meeting.
I used to suck dick for coke. I seen him.
Before our next segment, don't forget to like, subscribe, touch my bells and buttons, and tell your friends about us. Please help us reach our goal of 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. And you guys have spoken. When we hit 100,000, I will do my best Mexican weather report. You have to stick around through the ad to see the weather report, guys, though. Sorry, them's the rules. Today's episode is brought to you by Sheath Underwear. You all know how much I love this sponsor, and I love talking about my husband's balls on Dumpster Fire. My husband will not wear any other underwear now. He is a Sheath client for life. He will only wear this because of their patented dual pouch system, which is revolutionary. It cradles your balls lovingly, of course, in their own pouch, and then there's a separate pouch for the genitalia. Of course, yours is larger than this finger. I know that. It keeps everything separate from the legs, so you're nice and comfortable and nothing is sticking together. And it's high quality, can be worn as boxers or brief. It's moisture wicking, keeps everything cool and separated, and made of very comfortable materials. Everyone who tries this underwear swears they'll never go back. And there's also a women's line, which I love. I wear their sports bras pretty much daily. They have cute booty shorts, which make your ass look amazing. Check them out. Go buy the greatest underwear that has ever graced the balls of man. Go to sheath.com and use the promo code DUMPSTER to get 20% off your next order. That's sheath.com, promo code DUMPSTER to get 20% off. There's a link in the description below. Now let's check the weather with Jessica de Luna.
Este panorama de forma ocasional, más de lo mismo para los próximos días, donde las mañanas son frescas y las tardes simplemente cálidas. Acapulco, Huatulco e Iztapa con áreas de inestabilidad. El pronóstico de lluvia se muestra bastante favorable. Las temperaturas mínimas entre los 22 y 26 grados Celsius.
Gracias, Jessica.
Conspiracy theories we can get behind.
Pope Francis died yesterday on Easter Monday, the same day that the World Economic Forum announced that Klaus Schwab will step down as president of the organization, which has drawn ire for its rich guy authoritarianism. You might remember our covering of Klaus Schwab during all of the pandemic.
You know what they're saying on the Conspiracy Corner?
Yes, tell us, Sam.
Well, our globalist darling Klaus Schwab.
Yes, your favorite person.
Yeah, he talks about a cyber pandemic.
Oh, so they're just laying the groundwork. And our talkings about Agenda 2030. Sammy Flapsenfolds was on that beat for quite some time.
UN now has a biometric digital wallet for all of its employees that was announced earlier this week.
Dun, dun, dun.
Agenda 2030. Agenda 2030. They're testing it out on them first before they make it mandatory for everybody else.
Sammy
Agenda
FNF
2030
went deep down the rabbit hole. I don't think she's ever coming back.
Close my third eye. Close my third eye.
She's rejoicing today. She's mourning the loss of the Pope, but rejoicing the stepping down of Klaus Schwab. It does feel a little bit like there's a shakeup in the New World Order. These guys were kind of known for their influence in the new global agenda and the terms that were being set. Look, I'm not saying that Pope Francis dying and Klaus Schwab resigning is connected, but when the Pope dies on Easter Monday, Klaus Schwab steps down and JD Vance gets promoted to tariff czar in the same news cycle. I'm not an expert, but I can see how some of these things would be connected. I don't know, guys. I don't think they are. I'm just asking questions, though, all right?
See, that's a question. I'm asking questions then.
You can still ask questions, right? Look, guys, I'm just asking questions. I just love how everyone was like, it's the Jews, is just asking questions. I will say the Pope dying on Easter Monday kind of makes me believe in God. Did he actually die on Easter and then they just held off on telling us because they didn't want it overshadowing Jesus Christ's death? Or was
resurrection?
His resurrection? Sorry. The internet's response was the Pope dying the day after Easter after meeting JD Vance is like Santa Claus dying the day after Christmas after meeting the Grinch. Yes, this is actually true. JD Vance went and saw the Pope, and then 4 hours later, he lost the will to live. I'm not saying it was meeting JD Vance, but I would feel pretty bad. There was a lot of memes around that, too, where it was like JD Vance meeting the Pope with the Lannisters send their regards. Vance hadn't met with Schwab recently by any chance, had he? Maybe Bernie's next on the list. How old is he?
83 or 84. Well, because I was pointing out that the Pope is 88 and Klaus Schwab in his retirement message was like, as I reach my 88th year.
Maggie, stop throwing around those Nazi slang.
And then you said it was a Nazi number. I was like, okay, I didn't know that.
You have to be way too online to know that. That's how you know. That's when I knew. And 420 is a Nazi thing too, because I think isn't 420 Hitler's birthday?
God, is it?
Yes. 420.
Oh, Lord.
Somebody online was like, an Argentinian Pope died at 88 on 420, and you're telling me that this isn't a simulation? Look, there's some questions we need to ask about this. And everyone was like, no, he died on 421, allegedly. The media heralds Francis as an advocate for economic and social justice. And at the same time, we were laughing about that one time he used the word faggotry. And then when he was pressed by the press about whether he said it, he was like, no, I actually meant faggotness. And English isn't his first language, to be honest. But faggotry is a great word. Faggotry goes a lot less hard than the real F word. It does sound like something you would major in at college. You know, it's like queer studies is definitely the study of faggotry. It's funny. So speaking of faggotry, there was a Biden staffer who got plowed in Congress and filmed it. And now he's doing a media tour saying he checked himself into a psych ward after the scandal because he was suicidal. Well, maybe don't do that. Don't do that. This is why I don't want to hear about norms from anyone. I don't want to hear it. You had luggage stealing cross-dressers and freaking dudes railing other dudes in Congress in the last administration. And this one, we've got drunk bros in the group chat with their wife and brother and lawyer just bragging about the military plans. And then Andrew Tate also sent out a video it went viral because somebody shared it and said this is peak homosexuality. Peak faggotry, if I may.
I'll allow it.
I don't know if Instagram will, but Siri, please don't take my life.
Oh, Siri came on when we said that. God damn it.
Bitch.
Fuck you,
Damn
Siri.
it. Fuck you, Siri. OpenAI CEO and sociopath Sam Altman says users being polite to ChatGPT, adding please and thank you, is costing the company tens of millions of dollars each year. But Altman says the cost is worth it, and research shows that politeness tends to produce more effective, human-like responses from the AI by mirroring the user's tone. He does seem like he's just ginormously full of shit, where he's telling everyone like, hey, you know, this does cost us more and it would be cheaper for you guys, but no, keep using please and thank you. Keep using it. It doesn't seem genuine to me. He's very much like, you know, this is melting the planet, but keep saying please and thank you. It's overwhelming our grids, and we don't have enough nuclear to keep up with your please and thank yous. But by all means, keep doing it. Keep doing it, guys. We're living in a time when society is fraying at the edges. People can't hold a conversation without tearing each other apart. You're seeing fights in Waffle Houses, and people are speaking on speakerphone everywhere in public because they do not give a single shit about anyone around them. But everyone's saying please and thank you to their chatbots just in case the robots rise up and take over. This seems like a very strange and unsettling disconnect in our national trending towards norms, politeness, manners. If you have stopped being polite to the people around you or giving any kind of crap about being well behaved in public around normal people, and you still insist on being nice to your robots, I think it's safe to say we're screwed, guys, because humans are already given up on each other and they're just being nice to their robots so that when they make us their pets, they don't destroy us. Sam Altman wants us to be polite to the machines right around the same time we've stopped being polite to one another. And it's also around the same moment that the Pope dies, and I'm getting chills from his TED Talk aura. It's giving revelation by the way of Silicon Valley, and I'm just here to ask, is this the beginning of the robot priesthood? It seems like it. Phetasy News. If you love Dumpster Fire, the best thing you can do is be a paid supporter so I can hire more people and do what I want to do when I want to do it. At Phetasy.com. You get the unedited version of this Dumpster Fire, and we leave a lot of inappropriate things on the cutting room floor. You also get access to everything else we're doing, and it's a lot. Join us right here on YouTube every Tuesday and Friday night, 8 p.m. Central, for a new Dumpster Fire. We're in the live chat as much as we can be. Thank you to everybody who helps make Dumpster Fire possible. We can't do this without you. Thank you to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode. Please support the people who support us. Father's Day is coming up, and that is a fantastic gift. Thank you to our audience, subscribers, supporters. We love you. Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you, Bridget.
And now to cleanse your palate, the internet is glorious.
And people don't know this, but sleep is bad for you.
Did you read that somewhere?
I don't read. It lowers your testosterone.
Really?
Podcast police! Put the mics down! Put the mics down! Don't even think about it!
This episode is over, fellas. We're the podcast police.
We're a task force that stops white guys from starting podcasts for no reason.
It's become a real problem here in Los Angeles. These guys reuse mics, share mics, podcast in the morning, podcast at night.
Poor guy doesn't even have a co-host.
Mics down! Mics down! God damn it, they fled! Ugh.
Just missed him. Mike's still hot.
Jesus!
Every year we lose about half our recruits.
Do they die?
No. We're losing a podcast.
Class of 2015 lost a lot of good men.
Grab the mic and don't say another word!
Well, biologically speaking, men are stronger than...
For 25% off MeUndies, use code.
Remember, life is absurd. Don't take yourself so damn seriously. Take the work seriously, but don't take yourself seriously. This has been your Dumpster Fire. I'm Bridget Phetasy. Now make me rich so I can do all the things I want to do, please. I don't need to be that rich. I just need to be like $250,000 of infusion of cash rich.
And the unicorns dance while the world burns, world burns.